All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin, Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. It's been a while since I've been back, or since I've been doing this. Couple of days. You can go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. Hello, Mr. Gillory. Never leaving the buy column until 2045. Good morning, Bethany from Seattle. Rohan Johnson from the ATL. It's a new day, one day before Friday. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. Good morning, Lorna Vasquez and Karen from Silverton, Oregon. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on your investment back as fast as possible. Rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, find a vehicle that can get you to where you want to be, take action, and do not get distracted. Stay focused. There's so many things out there that can distract you. You have limited resources. Remember that. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I want to get started first and foremost by saying congratulations and happy anniversary to my parents. Today, they have been married 43 years. No divorce, no separation. A marriage between them and God has sealed that bond. 43 years of marriage. So congratulations to my dad and my mom. And another thing I'm excited about is this is my first crypto talk since I got my hearing aid back. And, you know, back in the day, I might have been a little embarrassed to even mention that I have a hearing aid. No more. It's like the entire world has came to life. I can hear again. I've been wearing glasses since I was 13 years old. So why am I going to be embarrassed about having a hearing aid at 43? Even though I thought I was too young for it. But shoot, I can hear. So I can care less what anybody thinks. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be able to hear my own voice again, the way you guys hear it, because I didn't hear it that way before. You know, it's like, I was trying to explain this to friends and even my dad. It's like if you're in a tunnel and you have your ear is plugged up or you've got earbud in your ear and you're speaking and you can't hear yourself. It's weird. It's hard to, there is no experience like it unless you've actually kind of go through it. But I'm glad to be able to hear my own voice again. So I see everybody else came on. Shauna Ross, Court Gomes, Tony Pinkston, LaShayna from Richmond. All right, let me hit screen share. Let's go over a couple of things. We have been working hard behind the scenes. There are things coming up that is going to be really breaking news that I'm gagged right now. I'm not allowed to talk about. So I have to wait. It's killing me because I am a guy who likes to produce and likes to get to work, and I'm kind of sitting on my hands right now. But it's very, very exciting things that's coming into place. So let's see what the market is at right now. Coin market cap is at $131 billion. For those of you who have been paying attention to the last couple of days, it's been flatlined a bit. It did dip down to 3,600 briefly. I saw that report the other day right there. It came back up. Bitcoin dominance 52.1%. Best performer for the last 24 hours. What in the world is this? I've never heard of this coin. ABBC coin, 165% gain, pump and dump. Yep, I'm calling it pump and dump. Never heard of that coin. Came out of nowhere. It's worth 41 cents right now. Steam, 12.8%. They're having a good steady rise. Theta, Ravencoin, Nexo. So there's even though it's a flat, these other coins, these altcoins having a good rise. Binance coins up 4%. Top coins. Let's see, worst performers. Safe, negative 11%. Aurora. Pundi keeps bouncing. Look at that, down 6%. Decentraland, Crypto.com, ARC, Quant. Electronium, a negative 3.88%. Bitcoin SV. All right. So speaking of the market, let's look at this quick market trend here. Gosh, I am loving my voice right now. I'm not even going to lie. I love the way I sound. It's only because I'm not being vain. I just haven't heard my voice in a couple weeks. Bullish crypto momentum will stick despite brutal 11% Bitcoin dump. I think I might have to go on camera soon. But why is it telling me sign into chat? I'm already signed in. So I should be able to post this. Okay, here we go. All right, bullish. Bullish crypto momentum will stick despite brutal 11% Bitcoin dump. On February 24th, within minutes, the Bitcoin price dumped by 11% from $4,150 to the mid $3,000 region, pushing the crypto market to lose $11 billion on a single day. Investors expected a pullback to occur on the price trend of Bitcoin, but many traders were surprised by the magnitude of the drop. Speaking to CCN, a cryptocurrency technical analyst with an online alias, the Crypto Monk, explained that the abrupt price movement was simply a technical movement. As soon as Bitcoin cleanly broke out of the $4,000 resistance level and neared $4,200, it dumped to $3,700. Understandably, some traders claim that the price movement of the dominant crypto was a result of market manipulation due to the manner in which it plunged in a short time frame. No, that was just normal market correction. It remains low because of market manipulation. In an exclusive interview with CCN, the analyst said that from a technical analysis perspective, Bitcoin has been unable to break out of a low range from 31 to 42 for over 3 months. That's true. When BTC climbed up to 4150, the supply area over the $4,000 mark absorbed most of the buy orders in the market, disallowing the asset from sustaining its momentum. The analyst explained, combined with multiple factors, decreasing buying pressure, long positions meeting their targets. In other words, if you guys have been listening to me, remember where I had my long sell, I had it over 4,000. And I was sitting on that for like almost a month before I went ahead and said, you know what? I know this thing's going to go below 2,000. Let me go ahead and put it into Tether right now. And what happened? It rose right back up to 4,000. But there are people who didn't move their money. They kept it there, and it did an automatic sell when it went up. I should have did that. I should have just let it sit there. But I got anxious. So anyways, we get exactly what happened on Sunday, a brutal pullback. It doesn't mean that the bullish momentum is over, since important supports are still valid at 3,700 has been holding pretty well. And we got an instant bounce reaction from this level. Yeah, it went from 3,700, bounced up to 3,900, but we're not in a bull. There is no bullish momentum. So when you pull the microscope back like he did for 3 months, it's been between 3,100 and 4,200 for 3 months. This is not a bull. I still think the sucker's going to go below 3,000. In recent weeks, a growing number of industry executives and experts have suggested that Bitcoin has hit its bottom at 3122 and is undergoing a consolidation phase. Spencer Bogart, a partner at Blockchain Capital, for instance, told Bloomberg that Bitcoin may be the most compelling asset in the global market in the current phase of its development. I think there's a strong case to be made that Bitcoin is the most compelling asset in the world right now. The Bitcoin market is a tinderbox right now, and anything could set it off the next bull run. While BTC was not able to break out of the key 4,200 resistance level, there still are 2 positive takeaways. BTC was able to breach the 4,000 resistance level with strength, and it recorded a strong rebound from the 3,700 mark. Market sentiment and media coverage, which historically have served as important catalysts in reversing long-lasting bear markets, have noticeably improved since early 2019. Yeah, but that still has nothing to do with the market, what happens in the media. It doesn't matter anymore because the futures are here. The market is being manipulated. If the futures were not here, Bitcoin would be over 14,000 a coin right now, naturally. So on February 28th, CCN reported that the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Singapore participated in a $300 million funding round of Coinbase. For investors, especially those in the traditional financial sector, movements like the commitment of GIC's investment in a cryptocurrency company and the entrance of public pension funds into the crypto market could signal the asset class is not a fad. That is true. So what does the short-term outlook on crypto markets look like? Several tokens like Binance Coin, Icon, EOS, and Nexo have recorded gains in the range of 3 to 15%. Although tokens tend to perform strongly when BTC is in a sideways market, until the dominant crypto demonstrates an upside movement, it is highly likely that tokens will record minimal price movements. In other words, when one coin rises like Bitcoin and the coin market cap, all coins rise with it. That's one of the major things I'm looking at when it comes to green. All coins rise with it by default. Whoa, wait. I just saw something here. Market's dipping again since I've been talking. What is the real-time data? I'll let that pull up, but I see the market dipping a bit. Still kind of flat. Bitcoin Cash is dipping and get a bit. Tether still, no major movement there. Current price, 38.17. So understand that CoinMarketCap isn't always. Oh, it has dipped here. It was at 3,900, 38.54 there. So that's what they're doing based on Coinbase. But Poloniex, 38.17. All right. Although tokens tend to perform strong when BTC is a sideways market. Yeah. As a swing trader or a macro investor, these small movements shouldn't get you overexcited until key level is breached with volume. You know when I'm going to get excited? When I see Bitcoin cross 6,000. Then I'm really going to pay attention to making sure I'm stacking up on Bitcoin. When it really gets past 6,000, then we can see a run. I don't think that's going to happen until the end of this year. My own opinion. Do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. All right, let's see. China rates Tron as second best cryptocurrency. What's behind the optimism? I own Tron. I call Tron one of the porn coins. And speaking of, there has not been any major news lately, maybe in the last 4 or 5 months, in the sex industry dealing with crypto. I miss those days. I miss my exciting late night, hot, steamy crypto talks for adults only. Haven't heard anything lately. So China rates Tron as the second best cryptocurrency. What's behind the optimism? A government agency in China has rated Tron the third largest decentralized application, dApp, focused crypto project as the second best crypto asset in the world behind EOS. The Center for Information and Industry Development under China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology rated Tron highly in several categories, including applicability and technology. Well, let's take a look at Tron. I bought a lot of this early last year. So right now it's worth 2 cents. So that's pretty cheap that you can be able to buy. It had its height, like all the other coins, December 2017 in January. Let me, oh, come on. You got what the height was at 2 cents? No, had to be high, 20 cents, 22 cents, 23 cents at one point. It's been flatline all through 2018, all the way to where we are now. So that's interesting data. Yeah, that will be a coin to buy now while it's cheap and hold on to. Tron is ranked as the second best crypto project by the Center for Information and Industry Development. Why? While Tron secured 96.8% in technology and 24.6 points in applicability, Ethereum, the most valuable smart contracts protocol in the global market, fell short at 73.8 points in technology and 29 points in applicability. Why is Tron so highly rated? Since October 2018, within 4 months, the daily transaction volume of the Tron blockchain network has increased from 130,000 transactions per day to 1.7 million by over tenfold. The Tron blockchain network is able to maintain a large transaction capacity due to the structure of the network that relies on a group of nodes called super representatives that play a vital role in Tron's delegated proof of stake consensus mechanism. Unlike Ethereum or Bitcoin, that rely on the proof of work consensus algorithm, which requires miners to verify transactions by using electricity and ASIC miners, blockchain networks like Tron and EOS are more dependent on a central group of nodes or network representatives voted by other nodes. There exists a trade. No wonder why China likes it. That's some form of control, actually. There exists a trade-off between decentralization and scalability in blockchain development. For a blockchain network to achieve high transaction capacity in a short period of time without second layer scaling solutions, it has to compromise on the level of decentralization on its network. See, didn't I just say that? It's a form of control. That's why China likes it. So they have to compromise on the decentralization to do what they want to do. So that puts it into the realm of like Ripple. The common criticism against EOS and Tron is the relatively low level of decentralization in contrast to Ethereum or Bitcoin. Previously, Ethereum co-creator Vitalik Buterin said about transactions per second focused blockchain projects. When a blockchain project claims we can do 3,500 TPS because we have a different algorithm, what we really mean is we are a centralized pile of trash because we only have 7 nodes running the entire thing. And I actually agree with him. He's right. That leaves it open to being manipulated big time by whoever controls those 7 nodes. So be careful with that. It's still something good to invest in my opinion. You can make a good profit off of that, but it is not a traditional crypto like Bitcoin. Just know what it is. With that said, the upside of operating a scalability-focused blockchain network is the ability to attract dApps and developers with favorable data processing environments. According to Justin Sun, the founder and CEO of Tron, the blockchain network recently surpassed both Ethereum and EOS in the total number of new users at over 164,000. As dApp.com previously reported, Tron has been aggressively promoting its dApp ecosystem with a large budget to accommodate developers and projects. In a 2018 report, dApp.com researchers revealed that the project has spent $100 million on Tron Arcade and has launched a $2 billion initiative called Project Genesis to grow its dApp market. Tron is the most ambitious in the dApp field, with a $2 billion Project Genesis launched in the second half of the year. In addition, it spends $100 million on Tron Arcade to promote its dApp ecosystem, the report read. China's Ministry of Industry and the CCID have shown their preference of scalability-focused blockchain projects in the past several months. It is likely that Tron's active user base, large transaction capacity, and the rapidly growing number of dApps appealed to the government. Tron expects accelerated growth. In the months to come, Tron CEO Justin Sun said in an interview with Huoxing that he believes the crypto market has achieved a bottom and it could lead to an increase in the adoption of the blockchain by Lightning Network and BitTorrent users. He said, I think it has already hit the bottom and the bear market is over. For this year, I think Bitcoin will fluctuate between $3,000 and $5,000. I agree with that part. The opportunities for market breakthroughs this year include the explosion of the dApp ecosystem, the large-scale application of the Lightning Network, and the 3 major opportunities for BitTorrent's 100 million users to enter the cryptocurrency market. You hear that? 100 million new users. What if all of them want one whole Bitcoin? How many Bitcoin is there in existence? 21 million. So can every person own one whole Bitcoin? No. So what happens when 100 million people want Bitcoin? The price goes up. Just saying. All right, Dogecoin. Dogecoin creator belittles and throws shade on Bitcoin and the blockchain. Why? Hello, Jacqueline. All right, Dogecoin. Come on, close it out. All right. See, I hate to say this, but I got to say it. When I first heard of Bitcoin and I thought it was a scam, and I said the only people involved in Bitcoin are dudes that are nerds who live in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft and video games online all day long. And you know what type of guy I pictured in my mind? What he looked like? Like this. This is exactly a picture of what I look like of a guy that's in Bitcoin in 2012. What is this, a kitty on his shirt? Hey, to each his own. I'll leave him alone. He's multi-millionaire. Dogecoin creator belittles Bitcoin. So Dogecoin creator Jackson Palmer doesn't think the blockchain's progression is anything like that of the internet in a tweet from Wednesday. Palmer said it's dishonest to compare the two, citing the user demand and market fit of the internet after 10 years of development. I don't agree with that. Jackson Palmer says Bitcoin adoption nothing like the internet. It's plainly dishonest to liken blockchain technology to the advent of the internet, which after 10 years had obvious product market fit and user demand. But, of course, web historians might disagree with Jackson's timetables. The internet technically existed as far back as the 60s, that is true. It had some strong university usage in the 70s. In the 80s, the rise of the personal computer and BBS systems fomented the cypherpunk revolution that led to Bitcoin. If you only trace back to the beginning of the hypertext transfer protocol or the days of AOL, however, then Bitcoin is lagging. I agree with that statement. So already I'm not liking this guy, and I'm thinking that he has an agenda. So really, though, it should be noted that e-commerce was uncommon on the web until the 2000s, largely in part due to the lack of security involved with transmitting money. Many of the early e-commerce sites simply required you to call in with your payment information or mail payment. The first time this reporter brought anything from Amazon, he mailed in a money order. Same thing with most purchases on eBay, which is to say, like the internet, Bitcoin could take decades to find its user demand and market fit. I agree with that. Like the web, what is this? #1 U.S. blockchain conference, Blockchain Technology Innovation, April 9th through the 10th at the LA Convention Center? Looks like I know where I'll be those 2 days. Like the web, Bitcoin adoption hasn't been as fast as some would like because it's not required. I gotta open that up in a new tab to save it. It is not required to do much. The increasing reliance of educational systems on web technologies can be attributed with the latter widespread adoption of the web as much as anything else. In truth, though, the internet didn't become ubiquitous until the advent of smartphones. For many lower income people, mobile computing was their first time having a personal computer of any kind. It's no surprise that mobile users now dominate the web. Twitter user Connor Ham responded to the tweet, clarifying that he might agree with Palmer's assessment if blockchain technology means everything besides Bitcoin. The tweet is a bit of a slight at Palmer, who invented Dogecoin. The joke's on you, Jackson. Dogecoin is the 26th most valuable crypto on market by market cap. It has nearly $250 million in asset invested into its infrastructure. Palmer created it as a joke, but the joke has consistently been on him. Dogecoin sees wide use in the crypto sphere, with acceptance by various payment processors as well as gambling sites. You see this? This dude just created it as a joke. And now, multimillionaire. In a couple of follow-up tweets, Palmer has further elucidated his opinions. Apparently, Bitcoiners don't know what product, market fit, or demand are. TCP/IP was powering networking for universities and government agencies soon after its introduction. Value prop was very clear and many wanted to onboard, hence why its usage grew organically. Jackson Palmer is plainly dishonest. Okay, doubling up on that. He's doubling down. The above tweet spurred almost twice as much discussion as the first. People disagree with Palmer on various grounds, primarily the use cases for Bitcoin. In one insightful tweet, Ari Paul points out that asset seizure is a reality everyone has to deal with, not just criminals. Paul leaves out the recent push by radical members of the center-left U.S. Democratic Party to dig deeper into the pockets of Americans. As Bill Gates said, such policies will lead to tax dodging. As a result, privacy coins like Monero and Zcash could see renewed interest in the coming years as the popularity of progressive tax policies grow. You can't tax it if you don't know I'm holding it. All right, last article up. Yeah, let's see. This is leading conference, blockchain entrepreneurs. And why didn't I do this? Oh, I was in the UK last year during this time, the blockchain expo. So this investors and developers, April 9th through the 10th. How much are they charging? This will be interesting. What is the cost? Early bird, $400. A team ticket. So if you bring in teams of 3+, you get $100 off per ticket. Pitch package. Who in the world's paying $5,000? 10-minute pitch. Oh, so you get 10 minutes to spill about your product. HD video recording for your pitch. Okay. 1 high table and 2 chairs for booth days. Okay, so you're buying a booth. 4 all-access passes. That's not bad. If a company wanted to do this for $5,000, that's not bad. I'm not going to do that this year. I'll put that in for next year. All right. Here's what I think is very interesting and funny. And this always goes back to what I always say. Never listen to what they say. Follow what they do. 2000, and I don't know when Steve Wozniak started buying Bitcoin. I think he said 2014. I will say that I believe that guys like him, Bill Gates, and whatnot, no one understands Bitcoin and blockchain better than everybody else. That's why he bought it so early on. He sold, according to him, all his coins. You want to know when? December 2017. That's when Bitcoin reached its height, before it started to reverse. You know his reasoning for selling was, oh, I don't really see a real use case for Bitcoin, and it's too volatile. You know, I don't want to really be watching it all the time, so I sold all my coins. No, you just sold it when it was high because you knew it was about to drop to the floor. Just not being honest publicly. Yet he still keeps entering the media, the news cycle, talking about Bitcoin. So Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak rips Mark Zuckerberg and pumps Bitcoin. Why would he pump it? I'm telling you this. I guarantee you when he sold it in December, he bought the dip. So now he's going to pump it back up again. Put this link for you. Good morning, Shane. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak is not a crypto investor, really, but praised Bitcoin for its massive value creation. Really? Massive value? That's not what he said a year ago. He also trashed Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, saying he lost respect for the billionaire amid the social media monopoly's epic data breach scandal. Wozniak made the bombshell remarks in a February 26 interview with Bloomberg. Bitcoin created huge value despite bear market. You notice a trend here. We keep seeing billionaires now singing high praises. What did the last billionaire I talked about was Elon Musk. What did he say? Bitcoin is brilliant. Jamie Dimon, he loves it so much he created his own coin, the JPM coin. Bill Gates, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is investing hundreds of millions of dollars with IBM and Ripple to develop banking systems for the unbanked people in Africa. Really? Who's the only billionaire right now really left that is still talking negative about this? Oh, I know. Warren Buffett, who also has already invested $100 million plus in the fintech. So which billionaire are you going to listen to? Warren Buffett or guys like Steve Wozniak and Elon Musk? When asked if he still believes that Bitcoin will emerge as the world's single currency despite the crypto winter, Woz says remains a Bitcoin bull. I'm not sure I buy that we've seen massive value destruction. I think we've seen massive value creation. And I agree with that. I don't see Bitcoin as being a replacement for the US dollar or any fiat currency. I believe they're going to work side by side. I believe that the entire world will still have their own currencies, but they will be open and allowing Bitcoin use amongst their own currency, and they'll be using it as a hedge for it. Why? There's only one way in my mind, and I may be wrong, that I see an entire worldwide adoption where countries give up their autonomy to just use Bitcoin. And that is if we have World War III and whatever nation survives creates one world order, one world government, one world everything. That's the only way. Nations survive because the government controls their own currency, which means they can do their own taxes. You take that away, you're basically defunding the government. So something drastic has to happen. I don't see that happening. Like he's saying here, it is not massive value destruction. It's going to be massive value creation. We're creating a new currency. It'll be like gold. That is my opinion. I'm not basing that on fact, just on my own education. In June 2018, Wozniak said he wants Bitcoin to emerge as the world's single currency. At the time, Wozniak said he was attracted to the pure idea that people from all around the world could share a single currency despite being geographically dispersed. Remember, it's more than just being geographically dispersed. What ties nations and things together is geography, the borders, religion, language, common sharing culture, and a currency. You take that away, especially the currency part, you don't have a country. You don't have anything that's tying them together. The only closest model you might look at is the European Union. When each nation in Europe had their own coin, and then they came out with the euro. But did the euro disperse the other coins? No. The euro didn't get rid of the franc. It didn't get rid of the pound. It was just a new value asset class, value creation. That's what I see Bitcoin or whatever that one world currency ends up going to be, but working side by side with different fiat currencies around the world. So he says, I buy into what Jack Dorsey says. It's not that I necessarily believe it's going to happen, but I want it to be that way. That is so pure thinking. Woz echoed the sentiments of Twitter billionaire Jack Dorsey. Okay, here we go. Another billionaire who believes the original cryptocurrency will supplant all other currencies within the next decade. If they are not screaming, telling you guys, you might want to get in on this now, we are. I don't know what to tell you. People alive today have no excuse in 10 years to say I missed the boat. There's no way you can listen to me and say I didn't know. I get the word out every day. Sold Bitcoin holdings during bull market. Despite Wozniak's pro-crypto stance, he no longer owns any Bitcoin. I don't believe that. Not one bit. I believe he did sell in 2017, and I believe he's buying the dip right now. So his net worth, wait. Woz's net worth doesn't top 100 million. He's a billionaire. Despite Wozniak's maybe this is a typo. Despite Wozniak's pro-crypto stance, he no longer owns any Bitcoin. Woz, whose net worth tops 100 million, he owns, what basketball team is that? Or am I giving them confused? Palmer, is it the Seattle, or not Seattle Supersonics? Oklahoma City Thunder and Seattle Seahawks and the Clippers. That's not Wozniak. I got that confused. But he's a billionaire. What's it mean he tops 100 million? When the Bitcoin price soared to record highs during the 2017 bull market, Wozniak sold it all. Why? Because he didn't want to be one of those anguished crypto traders who wring their hands every time the price fluctuates. No, here's his quote. When it went up high, I didn't want to be one of those people obsessively watching the Bitcoin price, so I sold out. I don't know where it is now, but it's way over what I bought it at. That is not true. He sold because he knew it reached its height. He got his profit, and he's buying the dip now. I don't believe him doesn't own any Bitcoin now. I lost respect for Mark Zuckerberg. Separately, Steve Wozniak said he's disgusted with Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg for allegedly violating user privacy by selling those personal data to third parties without their consent for years. So I lost a lot of respect for Mark Zuckerberg watching him speak and supposedly taking some steps that are nothing. I don't trust that. As CCN reported, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission is considering slapping Facebook with a record-setting fine for its massive data breach debacle. The FTC has been investigating Facebook since last year amid bombshell revelations that it failed to protect the privacy of its allegedly 2 billion monthly users. In March 2018, Facebook was rocked by allegations that it improperly allowed UK data analysis firm Cambridge Analytica to access the personal data of as many as 87 million users without their consent. Elon Musk and Steve Wozniak quit Facebook. Facebook is accused of violating a 2011 consent decree under which it agreed to get user permission before sharing their data with third parties. Many users were furious when they discovered that the company had been secretly selling their personal data without their consent. Actor Will Ferrell and Playboy magazine deleted their accounts, saying they were alarmed by Facebook's gross misuse of user data. Billionaire Elon Musk also deleted the accounts of his companies, Tesla and SpaceX. Musk said Facebook always gave him the creeps. It's not a political statement, and I didn't do this because someone dared me to do it, Musk tweeted. Just don't like Facebook. Gives me the willies. Wozniak says Facebook should be regulated. Similarly, Wozniak said he deleted his Facebook account amid its mushrooming user privacy scandal. Woz pointed out that location technology company Foursquare has not exploited its users for fistfuls of dirty cash. Foursquare had been offered millions of dollars for data on their users, and they turned it down because it was unethical. So you can draw the line at a good place and not a bad place. When asked if the government should regulate Facebook due to its privacy breach debacle, Wozniak said yes. That kind of regulation we need some of. The United States is way behind Europe on recognizing a lot of these issues on data privacy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the news for today. Let's see if the market has done anything different. Speaking of Tron, if you want to know where can you go to buy the Tron? Well, here's the exchanges. BitForex, OKEX, Binance. Basically, I will say use Binance out of all these other places. Wait, did I see Coin? No, Coinbean. I thought it said Coinbase. Binance is where you want to go. And tonight I am doing a KGX presentation for those that want to learn more about cryptocurrency. In fact, as stated, we are at the, what's the word I want to use? The honeymoon? No, not the honeymoon. We are at the precipice, New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'll use that word. We're at the New Year's Eve of what KGX is about to be and become, what we've been working for over a year to get to. It is going to be major news when this happens. And let me put the link tonight. HTTP 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific, kgxglobal.info. kgxglobal.info. Tonight, 20 minutes. I keep it short, be 15 to 20 minutes presentation on what KGX is all about. This is the calm before the storm that's about to take place. Those of you that have not plugged in, you want to get plugged in now, because people will be coming to you talking about, do you know about this company? Those of you who join KGX early last year before we were even in pre-launch because you wanted either a USI Tech 2.0 or a BitConnect 2.0. You wanted something automatic. Let's just say we're going to finally be able to deliver on what we all wanted. Anyways, have a great day. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.